back again.
That's right, Colby. I know you're very excited for the final time. Those are the topics tonight on Monday, April 12th, 2021. Welcome to RMU Extra. I'm Austin Bechtold alongside Colby Sherwin. Colby, it's the final episode of the semester. It's very exciting, and we got a good show. We got lots of different things going on. What is going on? So for the final show of the semester, Mike Delahanty will join us to discuss the new NBC series, Law & Order Organized Crime. Jared Calvert will be back one last time to recap some of 2021's best music to date so far, and Colby and I will tell you some of our favorite parts of Pittsburgh on April 12th today, which is also 412 Day in the city of Pittsburgh. But we start tonight with the news of DMX passing away at the age of 50. That was on April 9th, and the rapper died due to a heart attack, which was caused by a drug overdose. Some of DMX's best songs include X Gon Give It To Ya, Rough Riders Anthem, and Party Up. Now, members of the music industry and sports world paid tribute to him, with many remembering his 1999 Woodstock performance as well. And Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher Mitch Keller even changed his walk-up song to Rough Riders Anthem to honor the fallen rapper when he was going up to bat. Many fans on social media have also expressed their gratitude to him in hopes that DMX is never forgotten. Another tragedy occurred on the same day when Prince Philip died at the age of 99 years old. Prince Philip was set to turn 100 on June 10th, not long from now, as the Queen and the rest of the royal family mourn the passing of the Duke of Edinburgh. Prince Philip served in the Navy for decades and also fought in World War II. Now, Prince Harry is planning on attending the funeral for Prince Philip, but wife Meghan Markle will not be making the trip across the pond for the funeral. This comes after Prince Philip thought that the couple's interview with Oprah Winfrey was madness. Markle, who is pregnant with the couple's second child, was advised by her doctors not to fly on the long trip across the pond to England. Prince Philip's funeral will take place on April 17th at Windsor Castle in a ceremony closed off to the public.
Dolphins owner Stephen Ross and his wife Kara are going their ways after 18 years. The former couple, who has a 26-year difference in age, have some big purchase other than owning the middle-of-the-road Miami Dolphins. They also own a penthouse overlooking Central Park that is on the market for more than $62 million. And the oceanfront mansion they paid nearly $32 million for in Palm Beach, Florida. They said in a joint statement, quote, "We have deep love and respect for each other. We will continue to be part of each other's lives and support what is best for the health and happiness of our family," end quote. American Idol judge Luke Bryant will miss the first live show in season 19 due to testing positive for COVID-19. The singer said in a tweet, quote, "I'm sad to say I won't be part of tonight's first live American Idol show. I tested positive for COVID-19, but I'm doing well and I'm looking forward to being back soon," end quote. Who'll be replaced by Paula Abdul, who was a judge during the show's first season. She'll be joined by Lionel Richie and Katy Perry. Get well, Luke. Basketball Hall of Famer Michael Jordan put some pressure on his number 23 racer, Bubba Wallace. In roundtable discussion on Fox Sports, Wallace said about decisions being made to talk to MJ, he writes a check. In response, MJ said, quote, "We don't write checks to losers," end quote. Funny, because MJ has been writing checks for the Charlotte Hornets, who have been since 2010, and they have been the worst team in the NBA for years. In fact, you probably forgot they even existed.
Wow, ouch, Colby. That's my favorite NBA team. They're actually doing good this year. They were fourth in the West. East. With Mark Harmon's character Gibbs on the hit show, NCIS currently suspended from his team. Rumors are swirling as to whether this might be the end of CBS's longest current running show. Currently airing in season 18, NCIS has been a fixture on CBS since 2003, but with season 19 still not yet renewed by the network at this point, and Gibbs slowly starting to work his way away from the team, the end of the show seems to be in sight. Spinoff NCIS New Orleans is scheduled to end after 7 seasons, and Harmon also acts as an executive producer on the production. He's currently scheduled to appear in a limited amount of episodes next season if the show is picked up by CBS. With the thoughts that, Colby, the show might just be coming back in a limited capacity, or even not at all. We really don't even know yet. But what we do know, Colby, is that you love Charlie Brown.
Oh, yes, I love Charlie Brown.
So, Colby, out of the Charlie Brown series that we've ranked so far, that we've gone over throughout the whole entire production of RMU Extra this year, what would you say is probably the 5th best? What's your number 5?
Well, number 5 is the Easter Beagle Charlie Brown, and I would say it is far from any of the other shows I watch. I would describe it as a cash grab almost. It has bad music compared to the rest of them almost. Very forgettable soundtrack. You know, when you think of Charlie Brown, you think of some good music. I couldn't remember a single one they wrote. Bad writing almost. Some of the lines didn't hit as well as in the past.
Okay.
I've heard. It just didn't seem to flow as well. And then
Right.
a bad story.
But it was Easter a couple days ago, Colby.
It might have been Easter, but this one was boring. It's pretty much just it's a redo of The Great Pumpkin.
Well, what about your number 4? Is that boring? Is number 4 boring, or do we start to spice it up a little bit more?
We'll start to spice it up. This one I'll say is okay.
Okay.
It's the Valentine's one. I would say, you know,
Pretty recent as well, somewhat.
pretty recent.
February.
You know, I reviewed it here on the show, the Valentine's episode. You know, music's okay. They tried. I would say, you know.
Yeah. What's your number 3, Colby?
Number 3, Great Pumpkin. You know, great story, fast pace. Animation does hold up, but towards the end, it can be slow to get to that final little bit. That's what holds it back.
All right, so there's Christmas and there's Thanksgiving. They have to be at the top. What's number 1? Before you give me number 2, what's number 1?
Number 1 is the Christmas one.
All
This
right.
is the best. When you think of the Peanuts, this is what you think of.
I agree.
I love the music. I love the story. Animation still holds up. Just some of the best songs you'll hear. It's iconic. True meaning of Christmas. And that bomb Christmas tree. I love the Christmas tree, how sad it is. And the Christmas tree song they have, I really enjoy.
Right. That's probably my favorite as well. But you also had Thanksgiving, the number 2, right?
Yes.
So what do you think stands out about Charlie Brown Thanksgiving? As we take a look at your full list here, you got, as you mentioned, Christmas 1, Thanksgiving 2, Great Pumpkin 3. Those are some of the biggest holidays of the year, at the end of every year, and then Valentine's 4 and the Easter Beagle 5. You know, I like your list, Colby. I think, you know, Christmas definitely has to be at the top. I'm not really that high on the Valentine's Day version of Charlie Brown. But, I mean, I think you have a very solid list here. And whenever you put Christmas at the top, it has to be taken as a very solid list. So I'm very proud of you for this list. And I'm very happy that you went through the whole entire Charlie Brown experience here on RMU Extra. And you were able to tell us just everything about it. So Thank you for that, Colby.
Thank you.
So coming up after the break, Jared Calvert will be here for the final time this semester for our musical hit. We're going to be talking about our favorite songs from 2021 so far. You won't want to miss it here on RMU Extra.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Whatcha? Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Jason, let's go see your room.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Could spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Welcome back to RMU Extra. It is now time for our lists, our top 5, as well as an honorable mention as to what our best songs of 2021 are so far. We're 4 months in, Jared. So what is your, let's start with, honestly, let's start with number 1.
Number 1?
What's your favorite song?
Number 1, I was shocked that this wasn't on your list.
Okay.
Bad Boy by Juice WRLD and Young Thug. Pierre Bourne absolutely killed this beat.
Did you think because it's Juice WRLD I would have it number 1?
Yes, honestly.
Oh, okay.
I mean, me and you are big Juice WRLD fans, but this song is just amazing. The beat's so unique. Pierre Bourne killed it, and Young Thug was a great feature. for this track. Both of them share the main hook there. Number two, Do It for Vaughn.
Okay.
This was off of Only the Family, which is a Chicago rap group by Lil Durk. Yeah, Memo 600, Booka 600, and THF Zoo. I love the instrumental for this one too. It has a King Von sample in it as well.
You know we love features.
Yeah, and it is a really good trap song. Number 3 just came out last Friday, Whipski by Snot featuring Lil Skies.
Unique songs on here.
Yeah, the unique ukulele beat by Internet Money, I really like. It's really catchy. Snot does a good job on the main chorus. But the main feature of this song is the feature. Lil Skies bodies this verse, switching up his flows and his high-pitched voice. It was just a really good release for Friday. Number 4, Beatbox Remix number 4 with NLE Choppa. He's out of prison, dropped this coming out of prison, and he bodies this. I think this is better than this is like Shada Flow tier.
He's even got his rapper name tattooed on his neck.
Yes, he does. It was just amazing. You have to listen to that one. He goes in. Number 5, I Cannot Love You by Mario Judah. This isn't the baby voice Mario Judah that we heard on Whole Lotta Red. His vocals really shine on this. He produced this own song, and I wish there was a little bit more 808, but still, there's a lot in the song, and I enjoy it. An honorable mention.
Honorable mention as well. What is it?
Going back to the Lil Durk album from before, I got Hellcats and Trackhawks by Lil Durk. It's just a good overall song, a good song to lift to at the gym, and honestly, it just rounds out the honorable mention. Just missing out on. All
right, let's go to mine before we do a deeper dive into yours. Number 1. All right, I'm gonna get some slack for this. People aren't really gonna like it. I got Driver's License. Olivia Rodrigo. I don't know. It's just it's catchy. Now look, I had a couple friends say to me, Austin probably listens to this song a lot. And I'm like, honestly, I've only heard it like 3 times. Honestly, because it's on TikTok a lot. I am not on TikTok a lot, but whenever I am, I see this. And it's very popular, and I hear it on the radio all the time too, because I still listen to the radio. Some people don't, I do. But it was also at the top of the Spotify charts for a while too. But
number 1 on Billboard too.
Number 1 on Billboard. It's a very popular song, a very catchy song. And Olivia Rodrigo looks like she's not a one-hit wonder like I originally predicted. But number 2, Calling My Phone. We talked about this song a little bit ago, a couple shows ago. Lil TJ and Black, just an upbeat song. Calling My Phone really gets the vibe going. You know, really just a communication-like song. You know, communication is such a big thing. Number 3, I got Astronaut in the Ocean. Now, I heard this song once. I was working an RMU softball game. One of the players used this as their walk-up song. This is one of the first time I heard it, and I was like, yeah, I mean, this is really catchy. You know how I really like those pop rap type of combination songs? This is one of those songs that I really think is pretty similar to that. All right. Number 4, we got more controversy, because you know controversy is the name of the game with some of these things. I got Montero, and it's Lil Nas X's song that was also sneaker inspired. We're not going to go into the acts about the music video.
The music video was good, except for the ending there.
The ending part, yes. But again, another song that has really been captivating a lot of people and has been creating a lot of buzz. And that's what you want on these lists, create some buzz, as well as one of the best up-and-coming rappers in the game right now, Polo G. He's definitely my number 5 artist right now, with Rap Star as the best of 2021, my number 5 song. Polo G. I mean, we talked about him so much on this show. We've kind of worn out. He hasn't worn out his welcome on the show, clearly. But another song where he's just got the vibe going really well. Kind of doesn't really pick up the pace that much, but I think it's a pretty solid song, and it's definitely, for coming out not too long ago, probably going to build up some more momentum. My honorable mention, I did not pick a song, but instead I picked a whole entire album, and that is Justin Bieber's album, Justice. Now look, this album had a lot of different features on it. I especially like the feature with Post Malone. And just hearing this type of album, you know, I feel like Bieber is really becoming an artist really for everyone, if that makes any sense. Really just creating music that any type of genre would want to hear and anybody that really would want to hear. So I really think that I'm starting to appreciate that aspect of him. And he's gone really far from singing Baby to now on Justice.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and the album really does show that.
Yeah.
Just growing up, being hated for songs like Baby, now he's matured and he's famous now. It's just the highs and lows of the high life.
So what is your song of the week right now? Because you had a Juice WRLD feature in there. We're going to get to mine. We're going to see it, but what's yours first?
It's not a Juice WRLD song.
Okay.
I actually decided to put my favorite song of all time, Downtown Love by G-Eazy. I can't remember the first time I heard this song, but just the chorus is amazing, and G-Eazy with 2 verses, and then the beat change halfway through the song. It's just overall a really good song. It's my favorite.
All right, I got Righteous by Juice WRLD. You see it here. You see the album cover. Juice WRLD, you know, we've talked about him so much here. This is such a Juice WRLD heavy show at times. Sometimes it's not, but sometimes it is. And Righteous is probably, there's so many different Juice WRLD songs to pick from. And a lot of them have different vibes to them, a lot of different beats to them, a lot of different moods. Righteous just puts you in that mood where if you're happy, if you're sad, if you're down, if you need to pick me up, or maybe you're just riding on vacation with your friends. Righteous just makes you pretty much, at least for me, appreciate what you got, appreciate life, and really understand that what you got to appreciate and not take for granted, Jared, right?
I agree, and yeah, you can listen to that song in any mood.
So as this is the final show of the semester, what has been your favorite part of just this whole entire segment that we've been doing every show?
Well, I liked the song of the week just because we could feature some of our songs maybe in the mood or something hot came out that we wanted to showcase. I thought that was great that we incorporated. And then I liked our one-hit wonder list. I think that was one of our best lists that we've done. And honestly, just thank you for having me on the show this whole year. I've looked forward to it every Monday we've had it, and I'm glad for this opportunity.
Of course, yeah, I can hear clapping in the control room right now. It's getting sad that this is the last show. It's really emotional. I was excited when you brought the idea of the Calvert critique because it really gave you a chance to use your knowledge and really go in depth on a different song or even an album. I really like that. And I also really like the fact that whenever we were doing some of these lists at the whiteboard, bringing the whiteboard into effect really brought a different element to it.
It's the last time everyone gets to see our horrible handwriting.
Yes, our handwriting is very bad, as you can see. Like it's very unreadable. Even like for me, I can't even read it that well. But definitely bringing the whiteboard about. I like that we ranked our favorite song from every year as well. I think that was a lot of fun. And just going through the last decade as we turn into a new decade now with 2021 and our best songs here for 2021. So Jared, any final thoughts really quick?
No, just thank you once again for having me on.
I really appreciate you coming on with me every week. Had a great time with it. Now, coming up after the break, we'll be going back into the network TV world, talking to Mike Delahanty about Law and Order, a new Law and Order show, organized crime. So make sure to stay tuned here on RMU Extra.
Heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes.
Make a plan today.
Welcome back to RMU Extra, now joined by our TV expert, Mike Delahanty. Mike, thanks for coming on for the final show today.
Yeah, thanks, Austin. Glad to be here for the final show. It's been
Yeah.
a good year of the show, and
wrapping it up today.
Thank you, really appreciate that. So, Law and Order Organized Crime, we've
Yes.
both seen it.
Yes.
We've both seen Christopher Maloney return to his role as Stabler, Elliot Stabler, in the world of SVU and Law and Order. So, what do you make of Stabler's return to the series and creating now organized crime?
Yeah. Well, SVU has always been one of my favorite shows. And now that he's coming back, you know, after he left in 2011, kind of unexpectedly to the show, his character left unexpectedly, and I think his return was done really well. You know, little bit of a spoiler: he lost his wife in the crossover event of SVU and the premiere of Organized Crime, and now he's a part of this new task force that's organized crime, and they're trying to take down a guy who's pretty involved in some serious stuff.
Right, and he definitely is involved in a lot of different serious stuff, and also he's trying to figure out just what exactly happened to his wife, like trying to solve the mystery, well, really just solve the murder of his wife. So how do you think this is going to be able to play out throughout the show?
I feel like we're going to see a lot of him standing alone. You know, he was always one of those characters where he was very headstrong, and I think we're going to see that a lot here. You know, he's very dedicated to finding out who killed his wife, as when we saw in his 12 years on SVU, he was very dedicated to solving these cases. He was a family man also.
Him and Liv Benson.
Yeah, it was cool to see that. Them be reunited.
Right, and do you think that she's going to be playing any bit of a role in organized crime as well going forward? I would think she probably would, right?
We've seen her quite a bit, especially in the last episode that was on Thursday. I think them reconnecting is going to be a really big part of this show, as really surprisingly, they were partners for 12 years, and then they didn't talk for 10 years after he had left the show. So now it's really cool to see Benson and Stabler reunited again.
Yeah, and they're trying to catch up really on a lot of lost time.
Trying to reignite that relationship there.
So what do you think is going to happen going forward with the show? What do you predict that might be going on in terms of the major plot? Obviously, we know is Stabler's going to be trying to catch the guy that killed his wife, but what else do you think is going to be incorporated that you're really looking forward to and really excited for?
Yeah, so I believe that there's been 13 episodes ordered for this season, and I'm thinking what they're going to do, because it's tough to do a 22, 24 episode season coming up with a different organized crime thing every week. I think we're going to see a lot of storylines throughout this series, and fingers crossed it does get renewed, because it has been a fantastic show already.
It really has. It's really been action-packed, a little bit slow at the beginning, but it's really starting to pick up later on.
Something new, something fresh from the Law and Order and the Dick Wolf franchise.
No doubt. Mike, thanks for coming on and talking organized crime with me.
We'll see you next year.
Yeah. You can check out Law and Order, SVU at 9 on NBC on Thursday nights, and Organized Crime airing at 10 right after. For Law and Order Thursdays on NBC. They're already crushing it with Chicago Wednesdays, now Law and Order Thursdays. Now, coming up after the break, Colby Sherwin will rejoin me as we wrap up the show and talk a little bit about 412 Day today in the city of Pittsburgh with some of our favorite things going on in the city. So stay tuned here on RMU Extra.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
What do you think people should be watching over the next week or so?
All right, my what to watch. So this time it's going to be Drake and Josh, the old show from Nickelodeon. I'm sure you've watched it before.
Of course.
See it right here. I love the story. It's two stepbrothers, Drake and Josh, and we're just following their adventures. I just think it's a great show, and I remember loving it as a kid.
I also like how Megan always interferes with everything that they're doing. Miranda Cosgrove, before she even started on iCarly, which is also going to be coming back. But my what to watch, Colby, is a show we've already talked about earlier today. Is NCIS. We don't know what's going to happen with Leroy Jeffro Gibbs. Is he going to be staying on the show for another year or so, or is he going to be on as a limited amount? We really don't know. So it's going to definitely be interesting to watch for, and I'm going to be having my eyes glued to CBS every Tuesday nights at 8 to be able to watch NCIS for what may even be the final season this year, or going on to season 19, what could be the end then. But Colby, summer is fastly approaching in the weather, even though it's raining right now. It is fastly approaching with some warm weather. Yeah. What are you going to be watching this summer?
All right, I'm really excited for this. It's Space Jam 2 New Legacy, with starring LeBron James, coming out in July. Now, I didn't know this, but Don Cheadle's going to be in the movie. I think he's the villain based off the trailers, but you got Jimmy Butler and Anthony Davis joining, and it's LeBron's son went missing, and LeBron has to play basketball against the Monstars.
Right, just like Jordan.
To get his son back, but a little issue is it doesn't take place in space, it's in the internet.
Colby, look. I got Big Brother. I got Big Brother, Colby.
Big Brother.
That was one of the main talking points on this show for how long last semester? Big Brother on the final show had to make another appearance. Big Brother is back because it's going to be season 23 this year, and it's not going to be Big Brother All Stars. So we got to be talking about it a little bit more. Now it's going to be a show where hopefully there's going to be some more drama and more involved, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping that it's a better season than last year, because last year's season wasn't very good. Colby, with summer coming up, the weather is warming up, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
To go outside in the city of Pittsburgh, what are some of your favorite things to do on 412 Day today?
All right. So first off, I'm going to go with the Penguins. As you know, I'm a big Penguin fan. You go down PPG Paints Arena, catch a great game. I went last year. They played the New Jersey Devils. It was it's a great atmosphere at PPG Paints, and I just love watching hockey there.
What else do you like to do in the city? Because I mean, 412 Day, you can't just have one thing that you like about the city.
So going down to Point Park, I love going down to Point State Park. You know, during Christmas time, they got the nice Christmas tree up there. They got the fountain. It's just a great view. The one thing in Pittsburgh, there's not a bad place. That there's a good view everywhere.
Right, Colby. I really enjoyed just the whole entire North Shore. You know, having the North Shore there with PNC Park and Heinz Field, and being able just to walk around not across the river from Point State Park, but be able to walk all along the river walk and just taking in the sights and being near the river and just being outside really in the fresh air and just enjoying the city skyline is something that I really appreciate the most. I also appreciate Mount Washington, because our city is just beautiful, Colby, and being able to see it from an aerial distance really on top of Mount Washington is really special, and it's really unlike anything else that you can see in any other city. It's like if you're standing at the Hollywood sign and you're looking out of Los Angeles, but it's so much closer than the Hollywood sign is to Los Angeles. Having the Mount Washington in Pittsburgh, it's really just taking words away from me.
Yeah, you know, you're talking about Mount Washington and the North Shore again. Great views of Mount Washington overlooking the city. Over to the North Shore, you got PNC Park and Heinz Field. Great views of the city, both those stadiums.
Colby, this is the final show, as I mentioned, as we've really been staying the whole entire show. And now I just wanted to give a brief shout out to some people that really were able to help out with the show. Colby, thank you very much. Thanks to Luke Yost for helping out, Tyler Gallo and Sam Dutch for helping AP and time the show over the past semester and this semester as well. And I want to thank Nick Hedrick for really giving this show a chance and an opportunity as the TV GM to run. And I had this idea, and I really thank everybody for letting me be able to run with it. So for Jared Calvert, Mike Delahanty, and also Colby Sherwin, I'm Austin Bechtold. Thank you for watching RMU Extra. Have a great summer.